What's up, guys? So in this video I'm going to be doing a trade recap showing you exactly how I made $1,800 today trading ES futures and trading SPX options. So let's go ahead, dive right into it, show you exactly what I did. So looking at the market now, we can see we had a big gap down from yesterday. Okay, so gap down, we opened up down at 381.70. Now what I was watching was that price was coming down into this weekly demand zone. Okay, so price has this weekly demand zone like here. We had the strong move up, price comes back down. You can clearly see, let me actually show you on SPX, it looks a little bit better. You can see in this little consolidation phase, there's obviously a lot of institutions loading up here, getting in long, and then when price comes all the way up here, and when retail is getting in long all the way up here, right? That's when you want to be selling. That's when the institutions are selling all the way up here and they're buying down here, while retail is shorting down here and they see the bear flag, right? And then end up going higher. So what happens when price comes back down into this zone is we get a bounce, right? The institutional buyers want to defend that zone. That's basic supply and demand. Okay, so looking at SPY, we're coming into this big zone here. Now, if I zoom in a little bit, you can see we have this zone here. If I go on the hourly chart, I had both of these levels drawn in here. So we have these two levels in blue and those two levels in black. And these represent the outsides of balance, right? So obviously this is a zone, I call it a balance zone, where institutions want to be getting them long. And so this kind of represents the top area of that balance. And then this represents the bottom area of that balance. Okay, now my thought process coming into the market today was that if price can get and reject this balance, so bounce out of this institutional buyer zone, right, come back above the top of that balance zone and above this VAL level, I think we can get a rotation up to this VAH, which stands for value area high. So these were all the levels I had coming into the market today. Let me look at the 5-minute here. So price ends up opening right down here. First few 15 minutes, nothing really happens. Then we get a huge explosion up, right? So I noticed that we have demand forming down here. Even on a smaller time frame, you can see institutions got in here, pushed price higher, sold up here. But once I see that happen, I know, okay, there's a good chance buyers are going to want to defend this area. And now that we are above this blue level, right, the top of that balance zone, on the 1-minute chart, price comes down, we reject the top of that area, end up pushing higher, start rejecting below this VAL level. Right in this area is when I decide to get long with SPX credit spreads. Okay, so you can see I got long with SPX credit spreads. I got options, and then ES was more the futures trade. I'll go over that in a second. But for the SPX trade, what I did originally, I saw that price got back above this blue zone, back above that balance. We got above this VAL level, and I decided to get long. So the plan on there, I got in long right around here, right below this VAL. Stop is going to be just below this second blue level here. Target was going to be up towards this VAH, right? So nice 2R trade, nothing crazy. Ended up working out, as you can see. So we chopped around for a little bit, kind of came back down to this area. Ended up getting out about half of my position as price approaches middle target here. And then got out the majority out when price approaches VAH here. It might have been at this high here. It was one of these highs when price approached that VAH. And then I had a few runners and I held. I actually just recently got out of them for even more profit. So even though price is lower here than when it was up here, I ended up making more profit on these ones because of options decay using credit spreads. So that's a huge advantage of using credit spreads as well. But nonetheless, that was the SPX trade. So overall, very, very solid. You can see once we really accepted back above this VAL level, it was pretty easy rotation up to this VAH, and we kind of have been consolidating in the middle ever since. Now, looking at the ES trade, right? Made $675. So let me go ahead and show you that. So ES, now again, the way I trade ES is I do it based off the SPY chart. So we're going to go ahead and look at SPY when I trade ES. But essentially what I was looking for is two things, right? Same thing, price came down, we came up, we rejected off this blue zone here, we came back. And then what happens, I saw, okay, price came down, we rejected the bottom of this blue zone here as well, right? The bottom of this level. We had a nice move higher. After I saw that, I said, okay, this area is definitely being defended by buyers right around here. And so I knew that this is an area where I want to look for longs. And I believe that, okay, if we can get back above this VAL, we should definitely reach this high, this target here, and then this VAH level, right? It's just basically the same plan as SPX, but it was more of a scalp trade. And so what I did is, if we can look here, price formed this 1 minute demand zone down here, just like that. And so I waited for the pullback down to demand, got in right here on this candle, just like this, right there. Ended up being a very solid trade. So what ended up happening was, my plan was to get long here, which I did, put my stop right underneath that low. First target was going to be this high that formed, this liquidity high right here. So first target is about a 1.7 R trade, very, very solid. Ended up hitting it and got majority out, or sorry, got half out. And then price was, my next target was up at this high here for a nice about 3R trade up there, and then I was holding runners for VH. But what ended up happening was, after I got out at this first initial target, 386.26, I moved my stop to break even because I didn't want to take a loss on it. We ended up coming back down, stopping me out, and then going higher. Unfortunately, as part of trading, can't really complain. I could have left my stop, but part of my strategy is I like to move my stops to break even. Typically ends up working out better for me in the long run from what I've studied. So again, can't complain. It's part of trading. But overall, very, very solid trade, right? We get that pullback into this blue zone. I can see that the top of this balance zone from previously, where is it? Top of this balance zone and this demand zone is holding. I say perfect. Let me go ahead and look for longs. I see smaller time frame demand form. We get that 1 minute demand to form right there. I hop in long, keep my stop small, get out majority, and then that's it. End up getting stopped at the rest break even. Overall, very, very solid trade. Again, can't complain with how the day went. Especially on a day like today, making $1,800 is very, very solid. So again, very, very happy with how it went. Members inside of the Freedom team also had the same thing. So looking at the profits, Eduardo, $9, green is green, right? Better than a losing day. We had Zach here make, close to $1,000, one trade and done. That's what we love to see. But yeah, I did give out my plan last night on what I was watching. Will as well. LLY swing. So been looking at some swings as well. So overall, been a very, very solid day. Looking at some other swings for the upcoming week. But if you guys are interested in joining the Freedom team, the goal is for you to become a self-sufficient trader in 8 weeks. Again, I don't give out any alerts, but I do give out trade plans just so you guys have an idea of how I trade, and you'll get a blueprint of my exact strategies, walk you through the entire process. So if you guys are interested in getting one-on-one mentorship with me, go ahead and click that first link in the description. I have a few more spots open for the month of March, so we are accepting a few more students. So go ahead, book a call with us. We'll see if you're a good fit, and then see if we can get you inside of the Freedom team. So with that being said, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it was a pretty quick trade recap, but overall, very solid day. Very happy with how it went. Please leave a like and subscribe. Also, comment below other videos you want me to make. I have a few more that I'm going to be putting out the rest of this week. So overall, very happy with how the trading has been the past week for me. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.